What is up, Facebook and my friends? How are you guys doing? Why is this camera all up over here? I wanted to come on and make sure I gave you guys some survival tips right before the holiday. Happy. It's so like me to do that, just so you know. Happy Merry Christmas Eve. Let me just add an extra word on there. Happy Merry Christmas Eve. What are you guys all doing? You're probably going somewhere. For me, Christmas Eve, I just get ready for Christmas Day, which I'm kind of grateful for. So I don't have a family that does something Christmas Eve. And it's kind of nice because I like to do all the things the night before, right? So if you are, have fun, enjoy. I'm going to give you some last tips before you go into your Christmas Eve night or your Christmas Day, right? Hi Kim, how are you? By the way, if you are new to me, my name is Brea Owen. I'm a Keto Primal transformation coach, and I come on and make sure you guys have all the tips, okay? So I did a part 1 series and I talked about have a recipe, right? I talked about intermittent fasting. Make sure you intermittent fast. If you're keto primal, you're probably already intermittent fasting, so you probably have the gist of that. I do not eat till about 3. Well, that's actually when dinner is, but what I do, because I usually get up and work out or go walking or something, is I'll have some kind of shake before if I feel I need to, so I don't walk in to Christmas with all these things on the counter wanting to eat everything. So I just want to be nice and controlled. That'll balance me out. Hi Shar, how are you? Hi Amy. Okay, another thing I do is drink Belines. Make sure you have electrolytes. The Beline recipe is apple cider vinegar, but one of the biggest things for tomorrow is having electrolytes, okay? And even if you drink alcohol, still have that Ultima, your electrolytes. I'm actually out right now, and I'm going to head to the store in a little bit to make sure I have those, because when I'm out, I freaking feel it. I do. Like, I absolutely feel it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe people can function without these electrolytes, because it has magnesium and potassium in it. And no matter what plan you're on or what you're eating, you're deficient in that. Everybody should be making sure they're supplementing electrolytes and not like Powerade with tons of sugar. Ultima's a good one. It's worth the cost. It's not totally gonna break the bank. You just gotta be smart how you buy it. I have it all day long, but you don't have to have it all day long, right? Merry Christmas, Shar. I love you, girl. Okay, so that's the Beline. So that's those 3, right? One other thing is an appetizer plate. Like, I am bringing an appetizer plate so that if I walk into my sister's house and there's tons of crackers and things that I can't have, I know there's meat to pull from. And honestly, everybody loves my appetizer plate because I put in the money for it, right? It's like, if you get the right appetizer plate, it's expensive. So I don't just make a big cheese thing. I actually bring salami, nitrate-free salami, and usually like goat cheese or something like that, Gouda. I'm not eating cheese right now. I'm staying on a plan. But that's the alternative, is to bring like goat cheese. I'll show you. I just got back from Trader Joe's. I grabbed the spicy selection, and then I also grabbed peppered salami. So we're good from there. They didn't have a pepperoni, or I would have grabbed pepperoni. I did buy this garlic herb fine cheese. If you guys don't know about this, it's so good. And what I did do, what I tend to do is not bring any crackers, and like, it's a family party. They're not all, like, they don't even know or understand, and I don't even want to talk about it. So I really don't on the day of the event. We'll get into that, okay? I just want to spend time with my fam bam. So I then grabbed some crackers for them. These are amazing, and they're usually very different if people aren't familiar with them, and they love them. So I know that these will be a big hit, and there we go. I know I can pull from here. Makes sense? So I always have that for an appetizer so I don't run into trouble. Goat cheese is usually what I take, but right now, oh, that sounds delicious. I'm not eating goat cheese, so I didn't even bother to tempt to bring it, because I love goat cheese. So yeah, I'm gonna go through the holiday without goat cheese, okay? And that's just my personal preference, because I'm getting results every day on the planet I'm in, so that's why. But goat cheese away, people. When you have goat cheese, it's easier on the digestive tract than regular cheese. So go for the goat cheese, the sheep cheese. It's perfect. Let's talk alcohol. I know you guys want to talk alcohol, okay? Ideally, don't drink. Ideally, because I know who you are, if you're a drinker, and I know it's really hard. So let me just give you some tips. Let me explain something though, okay? Say you're keto adapted, you're fat burner, you're primal, whatever you are, and you're burning off ketones or your fat stores, you're not burning off of carbs, all right? Those are macros. If you drink alcohol, that's a whole nother macro. You are going to be burning alcohol, okay? So the worst thing you can do, no matter what, you're switching your system. Let's just get over that, okay? Because some of you are gonna have a drink. It's not a big deal, whatever. It'll switch back. The worst thing you could do though is add alcohol with sugar. Make sense? So, oh, thank you, Shar. I love you, girl. You're always like my motivator. Don't have alcohol like a margarita unless you figure out some sugar-free recipe, right? You can have tequila. There's low sugar there. There is alcohol. You are going to burn alcohol. So before you start burning any kind of fat, you're going to have to burn through the alcohol first, right? And then if you had a drink with sugar, you're going to flip your system into alcohol burning and then into sugar burning. Does that make sense? Like, I hope the light bulb just went off. So here's what to do, because you're like, that's over my head. Either get wine, if you're gonna have wine, if you're a wine drinker, awesome. Be bougie with your wine. If you're keto adapted, you're gonna get drunk anyway too soon. So, last time I went to my sister's, I was all mad and stressed out because they started eating without me. And I just drank a glass of wine and like, I was so buzzed. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I was like the life of the party after that. My niece was cracking up. She's like, I love this, Brea. I'm like, one glass. I was totally like buzzed. So that's like, if you know me, the old Brea, like I used to always drink. I was a partier. So I don't really drink anymore. So what I do is I get like a red wine, because I'm a red wine drinker. If you're white wine, you know when it's sugary, okay? If it's sugary, it tastes sweet. So there you go. So for me, I get a Pinot. I get Meiomi's my favorite. I actually like this one at Trader Joe's. It's $12. It's Josh. And somebody brought that for me, my friend Jessica. Thank you, sweetie, because I love that one. And the ones that are like $6.99, $4.99, they're going to have more sugar. So you're going to be burning alcohol and sugar. Does that make sense? So just get a little bougier with your wine. You drink less. It ends up being the same. You're fine. If you're going to do vodka and soda. Vodka and soda, splash of lime. LaCroix is a good soda water to add in there. LaCroix from Sprouts, as well as like Zevia, if you want to do Zevia. I prefer to drink Zevia. That is a diet soda with stevia, rather than aspartame and artificial sweeteners that aren't good for you, okay? Those are some good alternatives. Anyone has any tips, then go ahead and share them now. Champagne is actually good too. I can't drink champagne because I get a headache. So somebody brought that up yesterday. I'm like, oh yeah, I keep forgetting about champagne because I literally can't drink white wine or champagne. I get a headache immediately. Not sure why. Just allergy maybe. Okay, so moving on from alcohol. You guys have any questions about alcohol? If you're a hard liquor drinker and you know you're gonna do this, you're gonna party with your friends and your family, do vodka, soda water, tequila. I don't know what to mix with tequila. Get a good brand of tequila and straight up take a shot. Like, I don't know. Don't take too many though. Be dancing on tables. Actually, just do it and video it and send it to me. Thanks. That'll be fun. All right. One big thing, one huge tip, if you are drinking, drink those electrolytes that I was talking about earlier. Ultima, go get them, drink them in between your drinking. You thank me the next day. Seriously. Like, just trust me on that. You need electrolytes. You absolutely need them. Or feel like shit for a week. Okay, how about that? All right. Okay, so moving on. All right, boundaries. Whose family has food pushers? Food pushers. Mine does not. Mine's awesome. But that's because I'm like this. Get that out of there. I'm so into my food that I bring and know how to navigate around the table or around the setting, you know, meat, veggies, you can navigate easy. I talk about that later. So if somebody, let me give an example, like your grandma or your mom or they're like, you have to have this, Miha, you have to have this, you have to have this, you have to, oh no, you can't, like they're offended if you don't eat their food. For one, take their food and learn how to gut it out. like tamales, for instance, like gut out that meat, right? Don't let them see you. Build a plate with a lot of food and just don't have room for the food that you can't have, right? But you're allowed to set a boundary. You are losing weight. You feel good. And a lot of times people push things on you because they're not there. You don't have to explain anything. That's moving on to my next thing. But set a boundary. Just know. You're allowed to stand up for yourself. I have my client Christina, who's almost down at 100 pounds, you guys. And she has that family that's like, she has Hispanic and Filipino, and the culture is like just amazing food. She's really had to learn. She's down 80-something pounds. She is like, you guys see? But in the beginning of my coaching her, I was like, you have to be very stern on where you're going right now, because they can't see the big picture, and then they will get all adapted, and then they will know not to push things on you. And sure enough, now she's this much down, and they're asking her what she's doing rather than trying to push things on her. So it will balance out eventually, but you got to be strong in the beginning and let people know, I feel good. Speak from your heart. I feel good, and this is making me happy. So just know. You see, this is where I get like the coaching that comes out of me, where I'm like, don't do that to my clients. Like set a boundary. You're allowed to get the hoops come off. Do it for yourself. Okay, moving on. Explaining your keto life. I speak keto, primal, health, weight loss. I speak this all day long. It's my job. It's what I do for a living. It's what I do. It's my passion. You cannot pay me to speak on keto, primal, or anything that has to do with my coaching at a family function. I am there to relax. I am there to just be there. So it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So definitely don't put that energy in. It's going to put you in a bad mood. People always have something negative to say. There's different energies everywhere. Don't even like jump into that rabbit hole. Just do you. Learn how to navigate. Focus on what you're bringing. You do you, and don't try to explain to everyone everything about it. You're taking the energy away from what you need to do for yourself right now, because most likely those people don't want to hear it or aren't ready for it. Right? And if they are, let them know to call you on Monday if your heart's there to help them. Make sense? All right, moving on. Seriously, that's an energy drain. It's an energy drain, and go enjoy yourself. If you got to have a piece of your grandmama's pie or something that you know you're not going to be able to have for a long time, have the freaking piece and get over it. Do not beat yourself up and let it start a whole cycle of, I screwed up, I'm giving up, I'll start at the new year. Don't do that. Just have a piece and then build the rest of the day around whatever. Don't have everything. Don't go out of control because you have one piece. Your body will recover if you just treat yourself to one thing. But if you go out on an all-out binge and then feel like, I'm stupid, I screwed up, and that's a whole thought, positive thought process that we go over later. There's just no reason for it. Don't do it. I have this thing on my page and I want to get it off because my head is like cut off. Anyways, I hope that makes sense. That's all in your mind, that you think you've screwed up and ruined everything. No, you haven't. You screwed up when you ruin everything when you think that way, because then it causes like a whole vicious cycle of messing things up, right? When you started feeling good. Right. Bye, Shar. Love you, girl. Okay. Build your plate simple. So I know at my sister's, I bring my side dishes. I love them. I know my brother-in-law is going to have tri-tip. I think tri-tip, whatever. He always has smoked meat. It's delicious, okay? I know I'm good from there as long as I bring my own salad and my own veggies, and then whatever's there I'm able to pull from, right? There's no stress at all, at all. I always know that there's something simple to build off of. So I just do that. I'm the smart cookie, right? He has amazing tri-tip. I'm the one eating most of the tri-tip. I'm building my plate and sitting down with everybody, and they're looking at me like, damn, I want the tri-tip like that, right? But they just feel obligated to have all these other things where I'm like, I'm just gonna go, I don't eat that stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and double up on tri-tip. Heck to the yeah. So smarter to me. One thing, if all the desserts come out later, I also bring my own dessert. I talked about that the other day. I did a series of keto desserts if you want to make them. The butter toffee pecan bar is my absolute favorite, and the peppermint crunch bar is the second. So you guys can search for those. If you hashtag in the search bar keto holiday recipes, they'll pop up for you, okay? But if after that, like, cause my sister's is like an hour away, so I just hang out. So we've had dessert around 5, and then I'm there till like 8, and a lot of times they'll go in for a second dessert, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like that's when it gets like, why can't I have that, right? So what I do is just help myself right over to my sister's Keurig, and I do not care if I have coffee at 8 o'clock at night. I'm gonna drive home anyway. I have a coffee to crunch my appetite, give me something to do while they're having whatever, right? And it just helps. So that's just my little extra add-in. If sometimes I got a late night coffee, then I late night coffee it if it aligns with my goals. So anyways, I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. I hope if you've been on this journey for a while, you don't just say screw it on the day of Christmas, because Keto Primal is real food. You're not on a diet. If you've been following me for a while, you know this is a lifestyle of amazing food. It's just when you go on into outside situations, you have to set yourself up for it, okay? But Merry Christmas. Make sure you share this if it is helpful, and I will see you. Wait, Christmas is Tuesday. I think I see you guys Wednesday. All right, have a good one. Bye.